right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me. I am so sorry. This is such a bad mistake. I just wish this didn't happen to me. I'm not a bad person, and I never meant to hurt anyone. And I can't believe this is my life. And Evan's going to be gone, and my whole life is going to be over.
She wanted her boyfriend to pick. She thought she was going to leave. Are you serious?
I said, oh my God. I just can't believe this happened to me. Why me, Dad? Why me? You have to, my dad said for you not to, talk to anyone about, this or anything, but, the deputy sheriff, the head person of Charleston County, I met with her today, and she's, trying to help me out.
I was watching a video with Dr. Tyler Grant, and he covered this about 2 months ago, and it's about a DUI driver. Sort of reminds me of Stephanie Malgoza, the one that went, her body cam video went viral. Essentially, it was a woman who was involved in a DUI. She ran over 2 pedestrians, I believe. I don't think they were even in a car. I believe they're just walking back home. And she said things like, I was driving and something hit me. And that reminds me of this other person, Lee Komoroski, who we're going to cover today. And she also said the same thing. Basically, it minimizes what she did, where she was like, I was driving and something hit me. Not that I was driving and I hit something, but no, something hit me. So Lee Komoroski was arrested. This was beginning of this year. And she had the alcohol blood level, it was 3 times the legal limit. And she ran into a golf cart. The golf cart had a bride, a groom, and then 2 other family members. One was a 17-year-old. And so the bride was killed. She was, I believe, killed maybe at the scene. I don't know if she was brought to the hospital. The groom was in critical condition. And it's just so sad. Just imagine having the best day of your life, 2 families uniting and stuff like that. You exchange vows and you're exchanging the rings and stuff like that. You're celebrating, friends, family, everyone that you love is with you. And you're having the best night of your life. You spend so much money on it. So much time planning, and that just gets taken away because you're just riding back on a golf cart, minding your own fucking business, and someone just rams into you because they're driving 3 times the speed limit. They have 3 times the alcohol in their blood, and they're essentially just a moron. They're just driving back and they fucking crash into you. But I feel so bad for the victim's family because if they see the things that she's saying, these jailhouse calls, I would be pissed. I would be so livid. And I would be really sad at the same time. The why me, why me, why did this happen to me? And yeah, it just shows that she lacks accountability. Only feels sorry for herself. So we're gonna listen to, I don't know, I just want to go over the entire case with you guys. So let's start with Lee Komoroski. She's been charged right now. Her arrest date was in April. No, this is April, right? Yeah, April 28, 2023. So this happened just a couple months ago. She's been charged with DUI/felony driving under the influence. Death results. Again, she injured 3 people and she killed 1 person. So we're going to read from the incident reports and some other stuff. And you're going to see what the officers wrote about what happened on the scene, how she reacted, what she was saying, whether or not she cooperated with the police officers or whether or not she didn't want to cooperate with them and she was just drunk and just, I don't know. Yeah. POS attitude. Okay. So on April 28, 2023, 10:16, I, Sergeant Halpern, responded to 1200 block of East Ashley Avenue in reference to a vehicle accident with injuries. Upon arrival, I observed a large crash scene with a golf cart on its side against a gray Toyota Camry bearing redacted. I observed multiple victims who were laying throughout the crash site. I established command and started to relay scene information as far as the number of patients, etc. As I triaged all the patients, I located Samantha Hutchinson, who was not breathing and no pulse. So Samantha Hutchinson, again, is the bride. It seems that she was, she died at the scene. All the other patients were semi-conscious, so I focused life-saving measures on Samantha. Officer Honeycutt started CPR as I grabbed my issue AED and connected it to Samantha. After a few moments, paramedic Seth Croucher arrived at the scene and called Samantha, the deceased, on the scene. I then assisted fire and EMS with the other patients. Oh my God, it's so sad. Once all medical care was rendered, which was also rendered to Jamie, who did not have any injuries, I switched hats and started the DUI investigation with the driver, Lee Komoroski. As I made contact with Jamie, I smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her breath in person. I asked Jamie to remember what happened. She stated, I was driving, and then all of a sudden, something hit me. I then asked her, which way were you going? She stated, towards my house. It should be noted that Jamie was traveling eastbound on East Ashley Avenue, which is dead end at redacted. So she was going eastbound? Shoot, how do I do this view? How do I go back to the other view? Oh no, we messed that up. So she was going eastbound. So it's like a dead end up here. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so she's going east, and they're saying there was a dead end on the other side. Sorry, I wish I read this earlier. I don't know why I missed this one. Jamie's house was in the opposite direction. I asked Jamie if she had anything to drink tonight. She stated, nope. Oh, I had 2 drinks, 1 beer and a drink. I asked, what drink? She stated an alcoholic beverage, like a tequila pineapple an hour or so ago. I asked Jamie on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most impaired, intoxicated you've ever been, where would you say you're at now? It should be noted that the scene was loud with fire trucks, EMS lawyers, EMS vehicles, and I heard very faintly Jamie mumble something quickly that I heard as 8. And then she said, I would like a lawyer. So I wonder if she misheard the officer. Maybe she thought the officer said, hey, with 1 being the most drunk and 10 being the least drunk, and that's why she said 8 or something. At that point, I moved into checking Jamie's eyes because as I was speaking to her, I noticed her pupils were very large. I wanted to make sure I was seeing this correctly so that I could have a DRE expert respond and assisted me if what I was seeing was correct. It should be noted that the city of Charleston Zach did respond to the scene and did assisted me later on with the DRE screening. DRE. Oh, is it like drugs? DRE screening. What is that? It says digital rectal exam. I don't think that's right. Is it? No, it's for prostate cancer. What is DRE? What is DRE screening? Hi, An. How are you doing today? Hello. How's it going? How many people were hurt? The bride was deceased at the scene. The groom was severely injured, and then there's 2 others that were injured as well. The heck is DRE? I don't know. You guys, if you guys find out what DRE is, let me know. When I said, I want you to look at this pen, Jamie put her head down so I could not look at her eyes and said she wanted her boyfriend to pick. She thought she was going to leave. Are you serious? She wanted her boyfriend to pick her up. I asked her if I can check your eyes. She stated no. Due to Jamie refusing to perform any field sobriety test, I assisted Jamie to stand up so I could see if she was steady or unsteady in her feet, which is another sign of impairment. When she stood up, I was holding her left arm with my right hand, and she almost fell by losing her footing. And once she regained her footing, I let go and she was swaying slightly. I asked how she felt, and she stated she was fine. At that point, I placed Jamie under arrest by placing her in handcuffs. I explained why she was under arrest while doing this. The handcuffs were checked for tightness and double locked. While searching Jamie at the front of my patrol car, she started to become very agitated by raising her voice, and every once in a while, she would start to tense up and pull away. Also, engine 1102 was backing right next to the front of my car and it was very difficult to hear or even talk to Jamie at that point. Due to her getting more agitated by the second and the loud noise from engine 1102, I determined that she needed to be placed in my backseat of my patrol vehicle for her safety and all in the scene. When I sat her down in my car, Jamie refused to place her feet, oh my God, inside. She kept asking why she was being arrested. God, these people are they just all the fucking same or something? Her, Stephanie Malgoza. And I told her again at least 3 times. I then removed Jamie from my car and put her in the back of Officer Honeycutt's vehicle. When she sat down in the back of Officer Honeycutt's car, she again refused to get in by not placing her feet into the car. Okay, again, making things difficult. She was pulled into the vehicle by Officer Honeycutt. It should be noted that when I attempted to place her in the backseat of my patrol vehicle and Officer Honeycutt's vehicle, she kept asking why she was being placed under arrest after I had already told Jamie numerous times. This is clear A clear indication of someone who is intoxicated is to repeat over and over after their question has already been answered. Once she was placed in the back seat of Officer Honeycutt's vehicle, Jamie was transported to HQ BA room by Officer Honeycutt. Once I got to HQ, I started the 20-minute observation phase alongside the BA room and read Jamie her implied consent rights, which she was given a copy of to read along. The copy was placed on James' lap where she would have no problem reading along. After the observation phase was complete, Jamie refused to provide a breath sample, even after I explained to Jamie that I could not force her to give a breath sample, but this was her opportunity to prove that she was not intoxicated if she truly believes. I also explained that by not providing a breath sample, her driver's license will be suspended, but Jamie still refused and wanted to just call her father and her boyfriend. I then seized her South Carolina driver's license attached to the suspension form. A warrant for 2 vials of blood was drafted, and Judge Martell Morris had to come all the way down to HQ and sign the warrant. Once the warrant was signed, I transported Jamie to MUSC, where RN performed the blood draw via the 2 vials of blood, which was then placed in a sealed biological specimen kit, which will be sent to SLED in Columbia, South Carolina for analysis. Lots of redactions here, and I transported Jamie to Charleston County Jail, where she was booked in. Lots of redactions. Why is it so redacted like this? Oh, is it because like the address? It should be noted that during the investigation, I was informed that Charleston County Sheriff's Office traffic unit was able to download the vehicle information from the Toyota. Ooh, that's how they knew how fast she was going. The information that was gathered was that at the point of impact, the vehicle was traveling 65 miles per hour with an exclamation point. The speed limit for East Ashley is 25 to 40 over the posted speed limit. It should be noted that staff at MUSC gave an update and stated that 2 patients that were brought in from the crash scene had critical injuries and 1 might not make it through the night. Oh, I wonder if that was the groom. There were pictures of the groom, and yeah, he looked like he was in really bad condition. Based off the above facts, I find PC to charge Jamie Komoroski with 3 counts of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury or death pursuant to SC statute. Also 1 count of vehicular homicide pursuant to South Carolina statute. I have drafted warrants for these listed charges, which are signed on 4-9 in front of DC Burke at Bond Court. Jesus. On April 28 at 10:16 p.m., I responded to 1200 block of East Ashley in reference to a vehicle accident with injuries. Upon arrival, I observed a large crash scene with a golf cart on its side up against a gray Toyota Camry bearing Nevada tag, redacted. I observed multiple victims who were laying throughout the crash site. I established command and started to relay scene information as far as the number of patients, etc. Once all medical care was rendered, which was also rendered to Jamie, and again, Jamie is the driver, who did not have any injuries. I switched hats and started the DUI investigation of the driver, Jamie Komoroski. As I made contact with Jamie, I smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her breath and person. I asked Jamie if she had anything to drink. She stated that she had 1 beer and a drink with tequila about an hour ago. I also can't believe that, like, how could you think that, like, having 1 beer and also another drink that had tequila in it, like, how could you think that you're okay to drive? Like, come on now. Seriously. And she looks like a very small person. Like, she doesn't look like a big person or anything like that. She looks kind of petite. I then asked on a scale from 1 to 10 being completely sober and 10 being the most impaired. She stated that she was an 8. Okay, again, 10 being the most impaired. She said she was an 8. So you say that you're an 8, you know that you're drunk as fuck, and you still are driving. It should be noted that she stayed on the scene that she was the one who was driving the listed vehicle. Officer Honeycutt overheard this as well. Also, her ID was recovered from Jamie's purse, which was located in the vehicle. Based on the above facts, I requested that Jamie complete field sobriety test, which she strongly refused and became uncooperative on the scene. Also, when Jamie stood up, she was very unsteady on her feet, almost fell down, and I had to help her stand. She was then placed in handcuffs and transported to HQBA room by Officer Honeycutt. Once I got to HQ, I started the 20-minute observation and read Jamie her implied consent rights, which she was also given a copy to read of along. After the observation phase was complete, Jamie refused to provide a breath sample, and her SCDL was seized and attached to the suspension form. South Carolina driver license, I think. No, I feel so bad for her mom because her mom says that, like, anytime when she's out and about and she sees a golf cart, she just thinks about her daughter. And I feel so bad for her because sometimes when you're grieving, you're out and about, you're moving along the day, and you'll see something and it'll just remind you of the person that passed away. Like, that's how I felt with Steve too. I would just be doing something, going on my day or like playing a video game, and something would happen. I'd be like, oh wow, that reminds me of Steve. Oh, Steve used to do this. And like, yeah, I would just get really sad and stuff like that. But like for a mom to lose their daughter, and especially the daughter's like happiest day ever. Daughter was only 34 years old. I think she was like my age, and like I don't know. That's just so fucking sad. I really do feel so bad for the family. She refused to give a breath sample. Her driver's license was seized, attached to the suspension form. A warrant for 2 vials of blood was drafted, and Judge Martel Morris came to HQ, signed the warrant. Once the warrant was signed, I transported Jamie to MUSC, where a registered nurse drew 2 vials of blood, which was then placed in a sealed biological specimen kit, which will be sent to SLED in Columbia for analysis. Hold on, yeah. Okay, and yeah, catch up with my breathing. Jamie was then medically cleared by MUSC, and I transferred Jamie to Charleston County Jail. Based on the above facts, I find PC to charge Jamie Komoroski with 3 counts of felony DUI resulting with great bodily injury and or death pursuant to South Carolina statute. This is her toxicology report. So again, it's at 0.261. Holy shit. She was completely drunk. I don't understand. We live in a day where we have Ubers, we have Lyfts. I just don't understand why not just do that, or like, I don't know, call like a family member or a friend or something like that. Or I don't know, ride share with like, I think she was like at a work event or something with coworkers. Like, why not just like ride share with a coworker or something? It like just makes no goddamn sense. So after she was arrested, she's on the phone with her dad. And this is the part that just like really pisses people off. And it's the part where she's like, why me? Why me? Why did this happen to me? I think she was saying that like she was a good person or something like that.
Jamie had a discussion with her parents. She said, quote, "I can't believe this is my life, and my whole life is going to be over," unquote. She continued to complain by saying, quote, "I just can't believe this happened to me. Why me?"
So again, me attitude. Don't care that you killed someone. Don't care that you injured people and you ruined a lot of people's lives. It's just me. What about me? What about me? Well, you're still alive, aren't you?
I'm
got
going
your
to
limbs
be here
intact
for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, that's what happens when you drunk drive and you kill someone.
Unquote. Her father advised her to suck it up and get tough, but Jamie said, "I can't. I want it to be over." Here we see that Jamie is not taking responsibility for the fatality. She was acting like her own irresponsible behavior was something that happened to her, as opposed to something that she did, almost as if she is the real victim. On May 2,
I just can't believe she was trying to play victim, man. Like, I don't know. That's mind-boggling to me. We actually have the actual call, and I do want to listen to you guys.
An incarcerated individual at Charleston County Detention Center, SC. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press 1.
To refuse charges, press 2. Thank you for using.
The calls include conversations from inside the Al Cannon Detention Center that Komoroski made to friends and family after being booked on charges of reckless homicide resulting in death and 3 counts of felony DUI. During one of the first calls Komoroski made from jail, she sounds distraught, screaming, hyperventilating on the phone with her father, Charles Komoroski. She apologized for refusing that her parents had to drive down from New Jersey, and this has happened to her, insisting that she's not a bad person. Her father tells her not to apologize, that it was an accident. Oh!
Securus, you may start the conversation now.
Hello.
Jamie?
Hi.
Hey, honey. Hold on 1 second.
Can you guys hear okay? The audio's not the best, but you should be able to hear most of it.
I don't know how to get back onto speakerphone. I don't want to hang up on you. So I'm going to talk to you like this. Your mom is next to me?
Where are you guys?
Huh?
Where are you?
We're at the hotel in Charleston.
I'm so sorry.
Jamie, listen, there's nothing to be sorry about. It's a tragic accident. You did not do anything on purpose. It was a tragic accident, okay?
She literally got so drunk and chose to drive, which resulted in killing someone. Listen, I understand trying to like help your daughters through this is a tough time for her, but you could also remember what she chose to do. this is just wild to me. Like, yes, she didn't mean to kill them, but what do you think happens when you get into a car drunk as fuck and you're driving behind a car that could potentially kill other people? Like, what do you think is going to happen? And it's not like drunk driving is like a new thing that like people are just learning about. Drunk driving has been a thing that's been around for a very long time. They educate you about this in school. They talk about this all the time. This is so like mind-boggling to me and baffling. Like, I get maybe the dad is like under stress as well, and he's just trying to say whatever he can to comfort her. But don't say that it's not her fault. It's like, don't apologize. It was an accident. Like, no, it wasn't an accident. You fucking drove the car and you were drunk as hell. Like, oof.
Hey, all right, you don't need to tell me ever that you're sorry for what happened. You understand?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need to. You have to go in front of the circuit judge. It's the judge for the whole area. Okay.
And this is just the beginning of the phone call, because I think her having, I don't know, maybe it's like some sort of like enabling behavior by her parents or something, people around her. I don't know. You'll see how she is during the rest of the call, and then you'll see how she is in future calls where it's just like I said, if I was the family members of the victims, I would be super, super fucking livid.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a while, Jamie. You're going to be there a while, okay? We're doing everything we can, the best of the best.
I am so sorry, and this is such a bad mistake. I just wish it didn't happen to me. I'm not a bad person, and I never meant to hurt anyone. And I can't believe this is my life. And Evan's going to be gone, and my whole life is going to be over.
Jamie, your life is not going to be over, but it's definitely going to be affected. You understand?
Yeah, I honestly, like, me, and like, she sounds like a fucking child.
Oh my gosh.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I said, oh my God, I just can't believe this happened to me. Why me, Dad? Why me?
Well, it's because you decided drunk drive. Like, what do you mean, why me? I would understand if it was like, why me? If it was like, it was totally out of her control. Let's say she got in a fucking car. It's a rental car. Maybe it's a rental car. It's a piece of shit. Maybe the brakes weren't working properly. She was driving safely and there was a golf cart crossing and she couldn't brake in time. And then she ended up hitting them. So yeah, that's a pretty fucked situation. That's something you don't really have control over. But the fact that she chose to drink so much, get completely fucking wasted, get into a fucking car, instead of calling an Uber, calling a Lyft, calling a friend, calling any fucking one ever in the area, like, you fucking did this to yourself. And the fact that she's like saying, why me? Like, I just don't. I don't know, man. But I can see why she would exhibit this sort of behavior if she has family members saying, like, oh, don't apologize. It was an accident, honey. It's an accident. It's okay. Like, girl.
It's just one of them things, Jamie. One of them things, you know. It just, it just happened, you know. It was a mistake. It was, you know. What's that?
And, like, the father's trying to console her, like, and she's, like, having little mini, it just sounds like she's having like little mini temper tantrums. This is a woman who's like 25, 26, by the way. She's born in 1997. Like, if she was, I don't know, 18, 17 years old, okay, you're like still, brain is still developing, you're mentally kind of like dumb and whatever, you know, you're like not fully matured yet, but like, you're like 20 something. Come on now. Like, and you're not early 20s. You're like about to be in your late 20s.
Yeah. Okay.
Stephanie Malgoza?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I said okay.
Okay? So listen, you're going to have to get tough. You're going to have to, you're going to have to do what you have to do to, do the best that you can while you're there, okay?
Oh my God, okay. I have to, like, say goodbye to Evan, my cat.
Don't worry about Evan and the cats and stuff right now. You worry about yourself. You understand?
I don't know why she's worried about her cat and stuff like that. Her family clearly drove all the way from New Jersey down to South Carolina to be there for her. Obviously, they're going to take care of the cat for you.
Okay? Everybody, it's all taken care of. Everything's good. There's nothing that you can do. And don't worry about anything. Just take care of yourself. Worry about yourself only. Do you understand? You know, Faith is going to take care of the cat. You know that.
I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry.
Huh?
I'm so sorry.
Listen, it's you know, at this point now, you can only do exactly what you're doing, okay?
Well, I mean, that's what I expect for a defense to do, right? I expect the defense to go after the family members, the people that were driving the golf cart, and basically say that it was the golf cart people's fault. So I don't know. That wouldn't really go over my head. I feel like the defense is always pulling stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna have to get tough, baby. You're gonna have to toughen up. That's not a place for somebody that's not tough. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So breathe and hold in. Are they taking care of you?
Yeah.
Yes. Are they being nice to you?
They do have those breathalyzers, but it's only for people who were like previous convicted, people who had like DUIs and DWIs and stuff like that. So I know that like if you had a DWI for like a couple months, maybe a couple years, you have to have like a breathalyzer thing that you breathe into every time you get into the car. Otherwise, it like locks, which is like you would think that adults should know better, but yeah, sometimes you just have to give people that.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you just have to. You're just gonna have to stick it out. You're gonna have to get tough and stick it out, baby. Okay?
Oh my God. I'm gonna be here for like years and years and years.
Listen, we're gonna work on that.
I mean, yeah, if you're there for years and years and years, it's probably well deserved because you allegedly killed someone while you're drunk driving. So
Listen, you just get through the first day. Get through the second day. Get through the first week.
Okay, good advice.
The second week. Take it day by day by day.
I can't.
You're gonna have to tough it up, baby.
Dad.
Okay?
I can't. I'm just I want it to be all over.
You have to. It's not going to be over. You can. You have to. You understand? You have to.
Yeah, the dad's trying to get the daughter through this.
Understand?
Yes.
You take care of business in there. Okay? I'm counting on you to take care of business. Okay? And take care of yourself. Do you understand?
Okay.
Don't listen. Suck it up. Don't. You're gonna have to. Things are gonna be very difficult. Okay. I'm trying to set up so that we can have video conferencing because no one's allowed to visit at the detention center since COVID started. There is no in-person visits.
I'm so sorry. You guys have to drive all the way down here.
You don't need to be sorry, Jamie. You need to be tough. Okay?
Oh my God, okay.
Me and Mom love you more than anything in the world, and we are 150% behind you, and we're going to do everything we can to help you.
Dad.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
So we love you so much, and we are going to do everything we can to help. Every single thing.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to tell me you're sorry. Do you understand me?
I
know that you're sorry. I know you.
See, at this point, I was understanding. I was trying to figure out what her mom is going to say because her mom is there too. Is the mom going to say the same thing, or is the mom going to reprimand her daughter? Like, what is the mom going to say?
Made a mistake, but guess what? It's over, and there's nothing that can be done about it. Now we have to think about today and tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
All right. There we go. Think about today and tomorrow. Think about getting through today. Think about getting through tomorrow. It happened over the weekend. Things were a little, kind of wonky because today is Sunday, right?
Hi, Lynn.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, suck it up, girl. You're gonna have to get tough in there. Do you believe me?
Yes.
And don't you think anything else. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. Don't think any other way. Just get tough and get through it.
Okay.
Mom and I, we're here. We're gonna be here for the week at least, and we are doing everything we can. Grandpa and Grandma already said whatever it takes, no matter what, we are going to do the best that we can. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right? All right?
Yes.
Everybody's doing everything they can. Now you have to do everything you can. And that's getting tough and getting through this.
Okay.
I'm okay with most of the things that he's saying to his daughter, just to get through it, take it day by day, whatever. But the fact that, like, I don't know, I still can't go over the part where he was like, oh, you don't need to apologize. It was an accident. Like, it was just an accident. Like, mistake. Yes, it was a mistake. It was a very horrible mistake. But it's like, oh, it's okay. It was just an accident. It was just an accident. Like,
All right?
Yes.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, she's in her, like, almost late 20s during this call.
That's better.
I think 25 or 26.
And it's only the first day or two, so things are like crazy in your mind. Just try to relax your mind and tough it out, baby. You got to get tough and tough it out. Don't go soft on me now.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Don't worry about anything. I have everything taken care of. All right?
Okay.
Your cats are taken care of. Evan's just fine. He feels horrible. But don't worry about him. You worry about yourself. Don't
Oh, maybe Evan's her boyfriend.
think about anything about it except for yourself. Just take care of yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Now, I don't know how many times you can call. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is there anybody that you can start talking to about stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Start talking to them. Make sure somehow remember what they're telling you. If they're telling you things that you can and cannot do, you have to remember so that we can talk to you as many times as we can. Right?
Okay, Daddy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the trial to happen because we don't have that information yet. We don't have information on whether or not what are the rules with the golf carts in that area, if they're allowed in certain areas, maybe on the road, certain times and stuff like that. Like, I don't have access to that information yet, so I'm kind of reserved on that judgment. And then in terms of, like, I don't know how fast, like, the golf cart people, how fast they were driving, I don't know. But the fact that she was still drunk driving, she was over 3 times the legal limit, and she was speeding times 3 the speed limit also, and she crashed into them and led to one of them dying. Like, you still did it, Because I think, take for example, like, if you have someone that's there when they're not supposed to be, like, let's say you have like an underage driver, right? You have like a 15-year-old stole like mom's car, took it out for a joyride, but then if they get into an accident with a drunk driver and the drunk driver killed the teen, even though they weren't supposed to be driving and they didn't have a driver's license, I think the drunk driver would still be responsible for it, even though the other party was, breaking the rules or whatever. You're still drunk driving, you still crash into someone, and you still fucking killed them.
Where are you at right now?
In cell.
I can't hear you.
I'm in a cell. Like.
Oh, yeah. So, KK. Yeah, I'll explain it to you. So we have one party. They were coming from a wedding. It was their wedding with a bride, groom, and 2 other family members. They were in the golf cart. We don't know how fast they were driving. They could just been driving normally, and they were just coming back from celebrating, done with the reception stuff, right? And then we have another party who is the person that we're listening to right now in the Jailhouse calls. And she was driving in a regular vehicle, not in a golf cart, regular vehicle. She was going times 3 the speed limit. She had times 3 the legal alcohol limit as well. And she essentially crashed into the golf cart. But you'll hear later on, I forgot where she says this. She was like, I think it was in the police report where she said that she was driving and something hit me. I I was driving and I hit something. No, I was driving and something hit me, which I think is very interesting because Stephanie Malgoza is the same thing. She said, oh, I was just driving and something hit me. Okay, as if that's going to alleviate any responsibilities that you had.
The medical unit.
Okay, that's the best place for you right now, right?
Mhm.
And how did you get a phone?
They gave me this iPad.
You have an iPad.
Tablet
How
thing,
often
yeah.
do you use it?
Not sure.
All right, these are the things you're going to have to find out, what the rules are with that iPad. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know how many times you get the call, okay?
Okay.
We don't know how many times we're going to get the video conference, okay?
Okay.
I don't know, man. She just sounds like a
These are the
petulant
things
child
we're
to
gonna need
me.
to find out so that we we do everything properly and we don't.
I'm not really quite sure about the iPad thing too. Maybe that's like normal thing, like you're given an iPad so you can FaceTime people or something. I don't know. But she's in a detention center, so probably definitely way more lax than being in like an actual jail.
End up using up your phone calls all real quick.
Are you in
and
South
then we
Carolina,
don't get to talk to each other, okay?
Okay.
Now that iPad is going to be used for video conferencing, so take care of that, Dave. Okay, you take care of that iPad.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Myrtle Beach,
All
beautiful
right.
area.
You take care of that. Remember, you have like 9.
Are you familiar with this area then, where they had the wedding? This is in like Charleston County. I don't know how far away it is. They all have them. So the prison inmates. Really?
$55 in the commissary and in your account.
What happened to just giving a person a good
So,
old book?
you know,
I'm
maybe
going to be
somebody
here
gets
for
it.
a long
Huh?
time. I'm going to be here for a long, long time.
Jamie, you are going to be there for a while. I'm not going to lie to you. Lying
Like
to each
10
other
years.
is not going to help, right?
Like 10 years.
Huh?
Like 10 years.
We are going to work that. Don't you worry. It's not going to be that. I'm going to do everything to shorten the stay. Do you get it?
Okay.
All right?
What's with the screeches? Does she have Tourette's? My initial reaction was just that she just throwing some like mini temper tantrums. I don't know. Like her dad is trying to console her and she's just kind of like, she just can't really control herself and she just, yeah.
Okay.
You know?
She might. I
You
don't know.
think
I don't know
right
if
now
information on that.
You just think about being there for the next month, okay?
I think they're still together, aerodynamic.
We'll deal with the following month that month, okay?
Oh God. Okay. Yep. I'm going to be here forever.
Listen, you're not. Dude, just worry about this month, okay? Worry about this month. Worry about today. Worry about this week, okay? We will work on the rest, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Don't give up hope. Do not give up hope. Do not give up on yourself,
Okay.
okay? You're going to be
All right.
okay. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. I'm not.
Google Maps Loggerheads Bar on Folly where they were and see the roads. They're tiny and packed. That's actually a really good idea. Here, I got it up. Oh, wow. Oh, so like this little area right here. Oh God, can the ads go away? Can you fuck off, ads? So East Ashley Avenue. Oh, Taco Boy. I think that's where she got the job, right? So it's like a little beach town city. And then where was the wedding reception at? Do you know? Oh yeah. Let me drag my little person here. East Ashley Avenue. Where's Ashley at? Ashley's like over here, right? Oh my God, they are tiny little roads. Dude, she was going 60 plus miles on here. What was the exact speed limit again? It was like, what, 60? 63? Sorry, let me drag my little dude here again. Holy shit. Tiny block system. Yeah, Taco Boy. Yeah, Beach City. So cute. You have to go. I have to check it out. Dude, she was going. There's like crosswalks. There's like crosswalks everywhere. This is East Ashley, by the way. Do you know what's the intersection where the crash happened? You can't drive fast at all. Oh my God. To think anything over 30 is wild. Okay, this is what I was picturing in my head. I'm so glad that you mentioned the Google Map thing. I thought it was like out in the middle of the woods, you know, maybe like a little bit secluded. It's in the middle of the woods. You probably have to worry about deers popping in sometimes, but like it's like a straight shooter road. No one's around, no restaurants around, and maybe they just have like a wedding venue that's just like out there in the middle of nowhere. I thought this was out in the middle of nowhere. But to see this, tiny little roads, 2 lanes, there's like a bunch of crosswalks, and yeah, how the fuck was she going 60 miles an hour? She was for sure going to injure someone or even kill someone else if it wasn't people who were driving the golf cart. Jesus. Hi, Queen. How are you doing today? Yeah, I know like some people thought that like maybe it might be like, you know, because the family's known to lie. I really hope they wouldn't lie about something like that. It's just kind of a terrible thing to lie about. But I don't know, with social media and some crazy families nowadays, you never know. But yeah, I don't know. I'll sit around and wait to see if there's any developing news or anything like that. Oh, I think my dog just moved the camera. But hi, Queen. How are you doing today? How's it going? Yeah, aerodynamic. Dude, I go to that intersection every fucking time. They said that, do you guys remember the nurse who killed 6 people in a speeding accident? Yeah, I think she's claiming that she had like some sort of like what did she say again? There was an update about that. That was wild. She was going super fast, but it is kind of downhill. That intersection is kind of fucked anyways. I think it's like originally where you're coming from, you can speed, but then like it comes to like a slow stop, and then like you're supposed to slow down before you get to the intersection. But I think she said it was some sort of like a medical condition or something like that, right? Yeah, I think that's still pending. Oh, sorry, you're saying street lamps. I wonder if we could do like a night view. Okay, so I don't know exactly where the crash happened. I'm sure I can get that information. Let me see. Let's see. Incident. Is there address? Incident type. 1218 East Ashley Avenue. All right, give me a second. Let me pull it up really quick. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I still have her face on here. 1216 East Ashley Avenue. Let's see. I'm gonna put my little tiny person there. Okay, so this one here looks a little bit more residential. Give me a second. 1216 to 1218 East Ashley Avenue. Okay. All right, so this part is a little bit different. Sorry, I'm gonna move her. More residential area. Still though, tiny road, 1 lane each way. Got some family members there just biking. Oh, hey guys. Yeah, so it happened like right around here. Right around here. I mean, honestly, if you were a driver going down this road, you wouldn't want to be going fast anyways because it's looking kind of dark. But this is from July 2019, though. I don't know if there's been any development. It's been like 4 years. It happened like right there, dude. Yeah, like right around here. In one of the reports, they did mention that there were residents that came out of their houses to try to help and assist the scene. Yeah, because they must have heard it. Oh, man.
But you can do this, and you have to take care of yourself.
Okay.
And we are going to do everything we can to help you the best that we can. Okay, Daddy. All right? We're getting the best lawyer there is in all of Charleston. The best.
No, she was driving a regular vehicle. The other party, they were driving in a golf cart. The one with the bride and the groom. But this person on my screen right there, she was driving a regular ass vehicle.
They're going to take you to the circuit court judge, and they're going to get you a bond, okay? But that takes time. Understand?
Yeah.
So you have to suck it up, and you have to get through this until we can get some of this stuff behind us.
Okay.
I'm going to forward to where her mom gets on the phone.
All right, talk to Mom.
Oh, yeah, the dad does break down, and he's, like, crying a little bit, so that is pretty sad. All
right, then that's good. That's good. So you want to try to talk to Mom?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hand her the phone. It's very hard to hear you, Jamie. Try to speak to the speaker or something, you know what I mean, or the microphone.
Okay.
It's very hard to hear you.
Is that
Okay,
better?
here's your mom. Hey, listen, I love you very much, Jamie, okay?
I love you. I love you too, Daddy.
And we're going to do everything, okay?
Okay, Dad.
All right, talk to Mom. I love you, baby.
I love you.
Jamie.
Hi, Mama.
Jamie. Hi,
Hi.
baby.
Hi,
I
Mommy.
wish I could hold you, honey. I'm sorry. I can't hold you.
You have 1 minute left.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you're hanging there. Be strong, okay, baby?
Mommy, I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, baby. It's an accident, okay?
No, that's the thing. She has to be sorry. She needs to be sorry. Like, please, we enable this type of behavior. It's like, we know, like, I think the response should be like, we know you're sorry. We know you're sorry. Like, we know you're sorry. Like, it's a mistake. I guess you can say that. But, like,
I love you, Jamie. I love you to death. It doesn't matter. Okay? Okay?
Okay, Mama.
Everybody's loving you, baby, okay?
Hey, Mama.
You be good, okay, baby? Just try to do your best, okay? Know that we're here for you, okay?
Okay.
They're going to click us and you call us whenever you can, okay?
Okay, Mama.
All right, be strong, baby, okay?
Okay, you and Daddy be strong too, okay?
We are. We love you so much, Jamie, and we're going to do the best we can, okay?
all right, so that's one of the first calls. This is one with, I guess her boyfriend. So at this point, maybe that she's making use of the actually, I don't know. There's like a phone right there. Is she using the iPad or what is she using over here? So I think is this the call that she's got a lot of shit for? Or maybe this one. There's one call that she makes where it sounds like she believes she's getting out and that she's getting special treatment and that she thinks she's going to be fine. And I'm just rolling my eyes so hard.
You have to, like, my dad said not to, like, talk to anyone about, like, this or anything, but the deputy sheriff, like, whatever, like, the head person of Charleston County, I met with her today, and she's, like, trying to help me out.
And, like, I don't know, just, like, the look in her eyes when she's saying, like, she's trying to help me out, like, I got that exclusive act. I don't know, it's just like, oh, like,
That's good.
And she, like, is like, you don't need, like, I don't want you in here, like, you should be with your family, like, blah, blah, blah. So that's, like, really good.
That is good. Yeah.
So then I can hopefully be home sooner.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any word? Did you have, like, your bond hearing yet, or no?
No, that's what I'm waiting for. I have to wait for that to, like, get out, basically. But, like, she's the head deputy, whatever.
So the bond hearing is what happened a couple of days ago. And it's kind of interesting because from what I remember, it sounds like she really thought that she was going to be able to go home.
She was really nice, too. I think her name is Kirsten DeMontes or something. But she's really nice, and I think she's going to help me.
That's good. Aren't you supposed to have the bond thing on, like, Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, that's when I talk to my lawyer.
Oh, that's when you talk to your lawyer?
Yeah, I'm talking to my lawyer, I think, Wednesday for, like, the first time in person. And Yeah.
That's good.
¿Sabías que estuvimos a punto?
Bro, she's like, don't tell anyone, okay? But like, here she is, like, I don't know, man. I guess people just don't watch true crime, I guess. Yeah, this was their GoFundMe page that was created a couple months back. It has pictures of the groom, and in the police report, I think it mentioned, in the police report it mentioned that like one was in critical condition, they may not make it, but I'm so glad that he at least made it. But yeah, you can tell that like the injuries are so extensive. I'm not sure if this is the other two maybe, or this might just be him again. Yeah, I can read a little bit about it. Hi, my name is Annette Hutchinson. I'm the mother of Aric Hutchinson, the groom. Aric lost the love of his life when my new daughter-in-law, Samantha Sam Hutchinson, was tragically killed by a drunk driver moments after the picture. Oh no, this happened right after this. That's so sad. You know, when you're grieving and you're dealing with death that you think is preventable, one of the most toxic things that you can do to yourself, and I do that to myself too, is like when you obsess over all the things you could have done differently to have changed the outcome of the night. Like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Or like, what if I just held on to her for a second longer and then she wouldn't have been, she would have missed the drunk driver. Like, I don't know. I just feel so bad for all these people because I know these thoughts like just poison your mind, where it's like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. And it's not your fault at the end of the day, because who the fuck would have known that this would have happened, right? But man, I feel so sad because like the picture was taken moments before the accident happened. Sam was tragically killed by a drunk driver moments after the picture above while leaving her wedding reception on April 28th in Folly Beach, South Carolina. My son is now in critical condition. My son-in-law, Benjamin Garrett, and grandson, Brogan Garrett from Morgan, Utah, were escorting the couple from the reception in the golf cart when they were struck from behind by a drunk driver traveling 65 miles an hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Again, what the other chick said, she said that she was driving and something hit her. The golf cart was thrown over 100 yards and rolled several times. Sam died from injuries. Eric's in serious condition and has had one of two reconstruction surgeries, numerous broken bones, and a brain injury. He will have a long recovery. Ben and Brogan were also injured, Ben seriously. So I did look at the updates. He's on like a pretty good road to recovery, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's just so sad. This is like something that's like, so it's just so traumatic, just for fucking everyone. Yeah, she literally did die in her wedding gown. Oh, yeah, poor Sam. All right, back to Miss Drama Queen here. Jamie talks about to her father about life outside of jail. Let's see.
So, how are you?
Good.
How's Josie?
She's good.
I heard you got some special shampoos and stuff.
Yeah. Everybody wants to use my shampoo and conditioner.
I heard that went over real big. Good.
So that was good. Today, what did we do today? Oh, today we did I did a social experiment.
What'd you do?
Sorry, the audio is like pretty low. I don't know if I can boost the audio of this. Can I? Maybe.
Red, orange. I did like a social experiment with me and Josie. I wrote down red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And for each color, I wrote down the first three things that came to my head, and then I made her do the same thing.
Okay.
So that was the science that we did today.
And how did it work out?
It was good. We had some different answers. It was funny.
All right.
Actually, I haven't heard of this one yet.
Keeps your time busy, right?
I wrote down a list of things I want to do, like things I eventually want to do. Like I want to travel to all 50 states.
Okay.
Paragliding. I said I want to hike the Appalachian Trail.
How far?
See, I don't know if I would do the whole thing. If you do.
Well, you consider it's about 1,000 miles.
It's supposed to take, I think, it's supposed to take like, I think 6 months or something. You're supposed to start in like...
Georgia.
You're supposed to start...
In Georgia and walk to Maine.
In Georgia around end of winter.
All right, this is short. It's about to be over.
Because
This is not the call I want to listen to.
Spring, summer, and then you end at the top in
This
fall.
one.
And like in May and fall.
That's in Maine. It cuts through New Jersey. I've seen it.
Yeah. So
I saw people walking on it.
Yeah, there's some people that walk the entire thing. I don't know. Maybe I would start off easy and just do like maybe.
Yeah, maybe you go to the Watchung Reservation and walk around the lake first. That for a start.
And then I want to do a road trip down the PCW highway.
The what? Oh, Pacific Coast Highway?
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, well that's like the bucket list, right?
You know, I'm sure the bride had a bucket list too that she obviously would never get to do any of those things.
On the tablet, and it's just like inspiring stories and like people who've been like, you know, in hard times and just stories about their lives and just inspiration and stuff. So that was good. I found that. I was reading that on my tablet.
Vene?
Accused of drunk driving and killing Samantha Miller. This is her with her father. Take a listen.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Tam.
Okay. Better than.
Yeah, it's just it's CJ's birthday, and
Well, let me tell you something. He ain't doing it anyway. He ain't missing nothing.
yeah, but I love him, and it just makes me think of everyone.
I know. Well, I'm here, and guess what? They ain't doing nothing. They don't want to do nothing.
Well, I spoke with the lawyers today.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like them?
I like them.
They're top notch. They're hot to shot.
They seem really good.
Who?
They seem really good.
They are really good. At the same time, we can't be doing any better than what we're doing. We got the best team to help you. Right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me.
Because bad things happen to good people, honey.
Oh my God, I can't with this. I was like, you know, maybe the dad just said that initially and it was just a one-off thing, but bro, no, this is like, oh God, no, honey, you're a good person. Bad things just happen to you because you're a good person. She's like, I don't know why this happens to me. Like, I could just see the childhood, the raising her like as a fucking kid to adulthood. Like, it's no fucking wonder that she's not taking any accountability. Like this. Like, oh my God. The other things that the dad was saying, I think was fine, completely fine. But this is what I'm going to be really nitpicky with.
Right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me.
Because bad things happen to good people, honey. That's why. It's just fate. It's just something that happened to you, and we are going to deal with it the best we can. Okay? And it's life altering. You're going to, you know, experience stuff that you never thought of, and when it's all over and done with, and everything is finished, you're going to be a better person.
Then what if they send me away for a really long time?
Well, we're trying to avoid that, aren't we? We cannot do anything more than what we're doing. You know what they said about your attorneys, right?
What?
They said the family must be mafia to hire them people. The other thing
I didn't say that.
I swear to God.
I just want to hug you guys so bad.
So do I, Jamie. So does your mom. Okay? And
to be honest, I find it weird how in America almost anything gets made public, like these private phone calls. These are not really considered private phone calls. We have like the Freedom of Information Act, where if you request information, they'll give it to you. So like same thing with like anything regarding like criminal stuff, proceedings and stuff like that. You can get like the body cam footages. You can get the jailhouse calls. That's why like Murdoch is like pretty much careful in the jailhouse calls, except that one time when he reprimanded Jim. But that should have made public though, because that was with an attorney. That was kind of a weird one. But yeah, these calls get released, man. You can request for them.
As soon as it is possible, we will be hugging you.
Some of those lines, get your blood boiling, right? Why did this have to happen to me?
Oh, Vinny, thank you.
No. Turn that over, turn that around. Here she is now with her boyfriend.
The deputy sheriff, the head person of Charleston County, I met with her today. And she's trying to help me out.
That's good.
And she is you don't need, I don't want you in here, you should be with your family, blah, blah, blah. So that's really good.
Oh, I was on the way here earlier.
That is good.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing today?
Yeah, me.
So then I can hopefully be home sooner. She's the head deputy, whatever. She was really nice too. I think her name is Kirsten DeMontes or something. But she's really nice, and I think she's gonna help me. So I think things are looking up.
I think it's just I understand the dad wanting to console her, but the fact that she keeps saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Instead of why it happened to you. You chose what you did that night and you chose to drunk drive, right? And for the dad to respond oh, it's okay, honey. It's an accident. You're a good person. Bad things happen to good people, blah, blah, blah. The fact that she's saying, why me kind of gives insight to how she was probably most likely raised when she was growing up. Maybe they enabled her a lot. I know this a lot of, it's a lot we're just going off little clippets, but the fact that she's saying, why me? I don't know. I think that just speaks a lot to her upbringing and shit. There's no accountability, and you caused all this shit. You killed someone. It's not just oh, I got into, a really bad car accident and it fucked the other person's car up. No, you actually killed someone. You ruined a person's, a bunch of people's day, and you probably ruined their fucking lives forever. So the reason why I'm commenting on the dad is because, well, it's what the daughter's saying and his response to it.
Things are looking up. Something similar happened, I guess, to someone that she knew personally. And so she, related to the story. And, she, was just, really relating to me. And she just seemed really, sincere and, she really wants to help. And, so I'm really happy. And, she also is the one that got my mom and dad able to visit me in person.
So obviously that little part makes the sheriff look not great, right? Because he's been, released publicly.
And if she thinks she's getting special treatment and oh my God,
locally as well. So here's a statement from the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Graziano is in the agency's detention centers often, and is also not unusual for her to visit jail residents. Komoroski is not an exception, and the sheriff met with her one time and had brief in-person contact with her a second time to introduce her to CCSO Mental Health Director William Malcolm, whose responsibility involves visiting detention center residents to ensure various needs are met. The sheriff does not have a special relationship with Komoroski's attorney. It is a professional relationship. What has been surmised by some from the Komoroski's video calls is not accurate in regard to any sort of special treatment. Some may think the situation is special, but it is not. Let's bring back in our think tank.
If she was saying that, I think it's different when she's saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Versus, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe this is happening. And he's consoling her. Oh, honey, you're a good person. You made a mistake, whatever. I think that's completely different. But for her to say why me? Me. During the jailhouse calls, you don't, the ones that at least that they put out so far, the first one, I think is a huge one because she only cared about her. You don't hear her talking about the other people that she hit, the bride and other, people like that. And even looking at the police reports where the police responded and she was just oh, I was driving and something hit me. It's just all this lack of accountability. It's just that's all on the fucking parents. I know at some point, when your kids turn 18 and everything they do, it's all on the fucking kid at that point. But the foundation is still there. And the foundation is that she doesn't seem like the type of person who takes accountability for something as heinous as this. And that's where people are just really disgusted with her. So right now, the husband is also filing the groom. He's filing a lawsuit as well against Jamie Lee Komoroski, and I guess against the bars that were in that area. So the reason why I want to read that lawsuit is because they were able to find out all the areas that she went around like bar hopping that night. Let's see. Lawsuit. Yeah, here's a lawsuit right here. Oh, actually, I do want to read this though. Let me go with the lawsuit first, and we'll read the other one. All right, so this is the lawsuit from the groom. 1. April 8, 2023 was supposed to be the happiest day of Samantha, Sam, and Aric's lives. Earlier that week, their friends and families have arrived in Charleston for the week of wedding festivities to celebrate Sam and Aric, their love, and the beginning of their next stage of life together as husband and wife. Number 2, the week culminated with Sam and Aric's marriage on April 28th on 2023 on Folly Beach. The day was perfect. The wedding went off better than either of them could have imagined. Photos from the wedding depict the newlyweds exactly as they were, madly in love. Smiling from ear to ear, filled with all hope and promise of what would have been truly a beautiful life together. Pictured below is a happy couple. Number 3, unbeknownst to Sam, Aric, and their wedding party, Jamie Komoroski and the defendants were creating a different kind of day. One that would set in motion a course of events, ultimately transforming a fairy tale love story into the fateful night of an unspeaking tragedy. Number 4, February 28, 2023. Jamie Komoroski set off on a booze-filled day of bar hopping. This was not just an ordinary day of drinking, though. By the time her blood was drawn while in police custody at the end of the night, Jamie Komoroski was so intoxicated that her blood alcohol content was at least 0.261. More than 3 times the legal limit. Number 5, on April 28, 2023, Jamie Komoroski visited several bars where she was served and consumed copious amounts of alcohol. Number 6, Jamie Komoroski began at El Gallo Bar and Grill, located on 2601 Clements Ferry Road near Daniel Island. From there, she made her way to Folly Beach, where she began bar hopping down to... Oh, should I Google map this out, actually? I wonder how far all the other places were. She had all the intention of that night of just driving and drinking. She did not plan for this whatsoever. Usually, if you know you're going to have an eventful night of drinking, you tend to just pick an area all in the same location. Like, why the fuck would you drink so much and then be like, I don't know, like, okay, like if you're going to bar hop, you know you're going to be drinking a lot. Okay, so all the rest of the bars are right here at least, right? Yeah, they're all right here. Dude, and if she lives in Folly Beach, you can totally take an Uber. This makes no sense. Why? Just leave your car there and then take a goddamn Uber. This is such a dumb thing, man. Despite being noticeably and visibly intoxicated at each of these establishments, did they look at the security camera footage? Is that why? Jamie continued to be served, provided, and or allowed to consume additional and excessive amounts of alcohol at each of them. Over the course of several hours, Jamie slurred and staggered her way through each of the bars, consuming an assortment of alcoholic beverages, including beer, tequila shots, shift shots of liquor on the house, etc. Dude. By the end of the night, Jamie was grossly and dangerously intoxicated. Around the same time, Jamie was wrapping up her drunken escapade. Sam and Aric prepared to leave their wedding reception. Surrounded by friends and family, the newlyweds were sent back to the back of the wedding-themed golf cart driven by Aric's brother-in-law, Plaintiff Benjamin Garrett, and Aric's nephew, Plaintiff BG, who was seated in the passenger seat next to Benjamin. They proceeded east on East Ashley Avenue towards the rental the newlyweds had reserved for the night. Meanwhile, Jamie Komoroski was allowed to leave the bars, make her way to the vehicle, and drive on public roadways in her nearly unconscious state. Despite living on James Island, Jamie Komoroski, in a stupor of drunken haze, mistakenly drove east on East Ashley Avenue in the opposite direction of her home. As she headed east on East Ashley Avenue, Jamie Komoroski, you know what? I think we should have an address somewhere. I could look up to see how far she is from the bars. I mean, I feel like it would have been probably a cheap Lyft ride or get a Lyft pool or something. As she headed east on East Ashley Avenue, Jamie Komoroski accelerated rapidly. Even as she blew through the 25 miles per hour speed limit, Jamie continued to accelerate. Reaching speeds approximately 65 miles per hour, Jamie Komoroski hurtled down Ashley Avenue, slammed to the back of the golf cart in which the plaintiffs were riding. So remember, she told the police at the scene that something hit her, but it seems like they probably have the information that she slammed into the back of the golf cart. As a result of violent and catastrophic collision, each of the plaintiffs suffered terrible and permanent injuries, and Aric's new bride, Samantha Miller, lost her life. At the time of the wreck, Jamie was grossly intoxicated. Her intoxicated state was a direct and proximate cause of the collision that caused the severe injuries suffered by the plaintiffs, as well as the ultimate death of Samantha Miller. What began as what should remain the happiest day of Sam and Aric's lives ended in a horrifying, unbelievably devastating, and yet altogether preventable tragedy. Yeah, preventable. This whole thing could have been preventable. She lost her life for no fucking reason. Aric Hutchinson is a citizen and resident of Charleston County, South Carolina, was a groom/innocent victim severely injured in the incident described above. As a result of defendant's callousness, deliberate indifference, and negligence, Aric has suffered terrible and permanent injuries. Aric Hutchinson is also appointed the personal representative of the estate of Samantha Miller. His bride and wife was tragically killed in the incident described above. Aric was appointed the personal representative of the wife's estate May 10th. Benjamin Garrett is a citizen and a resident of Utah, so he had family coming from Utah, or I think, they had family from Utah and then both in South Carolina. Suffered severe and permanent injuries. Alexis Garrett is a citizen. She's a mother and guardian for a minor child BG who was also injured in the incident described above. Upon information believed, defendant Jamie Komoroski was at all times relevant here to a resident and citizen of Charleston County, South Carolina. Upon information belief, defendant Beach front bars, so they're suing all the bars. Is there anything I want to read here? Here's the Crab Shack. Taco Boy. I think from what I heard, she was like on like a work thing. She had just been hired by Taco Boy, and with the coworkers, they were like, I don't know, I guess bar hopping or something like that. And I think she was only, I don't know, it was like 2 days in of her being hired. And then I think that's... Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to read from here. Sorry, I'm just skimming through this really quick. Yeah, so this is the lawsuit that the groom and the family members have filed against her. Uber, cheaper than the legal team. Yeah, and if Uber's too expensive, get a Lyft or get a Lyft pool. They have Lyft pools out there. They must have a Lyft pool out there. Okay, so last document that I want to read. This is from her lawyer. I just want to read this because I do want to know some background story on Jamie. So this is the motion for the bond. This was filed a couple months ago, actually, back in May. Jamie Lee Komoroski is a 25-year-old daughter, sister, college graduate who has a strong familial support, routinely cares for children, and has no history of violent behavior. The tragic events of April 28, 2023 are decidedly heart-wrenching, but do not alter the facts the court must consider in evaluating the appropriateness of a bond for an individual who poses no future danger to the community or risk of flight. As set forth, the personal characteristics of Jamie Lee Komoroski, coupled with her strong familial support and ties to the community, heavily counsel in favor of her release from custody. Accordingly, Ms. Komoroski respectfully requests that this court consider her personal characteristics and the absence of any threat to the community or risk of flight in setting bond in this matter. The state has charged Komoroski with 1 count of felony DUI resulting in death and 3 counts of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury based on the events occurring on or about April 28 on or about 1200 block of East Ashley Avenue in Folly Beach, South Carolina. The affidavit sworn by the Folly Beach Deputy Police Chief described the offense as reckless vehicular homicide. It is further alleged that Ms. Komoroski was driving under influence. A toxicology report dated May 5th avers the blood alcohol level of Ms. Komoroski was 0.261. Undersigned counsel is not yet in a position to evaluate the propriety of the procedures and investigative steps employed by law enforcement, as the state has not yet provided discovery to the defense. At the preliminary stage of the proceedings, however, it is important to note that it is not alleged that Ms. Komoroski engaged in a behavior colloquially characterized as road rage leading up to the events or motivated by any malicious or premeditated desire to cause any harm to any human being. There are no allegations that Ms. Komoroski purposely targeted the individuals in the golf cart or had interactions with any of them prior to the tragic events. On April 29th, Ms. Komoroski was summarily denied bond prior to the involvement of counsel. Undersigned counsel filed appearance in our discovery motion on May 5th. This case has understandably garnered significant media attention. Certain media reports paint a picture of the accused as an unrepentant villain who ostensibly had a history of partying behavior. Extrapolated from hand-picked photographs posted to social media appearing to depict the accused attending a Halloween party or socializing with friends while in college. Yeah, there was they were giving her shit about this Halloween costume here. I mean, this is like typical I don't know, college girl shit. She's wearing like a Bud Lightyear, I don't know, like outfit thing. Yeah, I don't know, cringe, but like, I don't know, just typical party girl shit, right? But I know the news outlet like got a hold of this. I was like, oh, look at this party girl. As this court is aware, such characterizations of the accused serve... Wait, what happened? I wish YouTube chat was like Twitch. When I allow my message with a clocked word, it puts it on the list of future messages with a set word. Oh, blocked words. Is there a word that you're trying to block? I don't know. That's with Stream Elements. Stream Elements should be able to do that, I think. Oh yeah, Bud Lightyear. Yeah. This court is aware such characterizations accused serve only to inflame public sentiment. I mean, honestly, I don't know if people really had issues with her like doing college girl normal shit, right? The issue that people had was they got a hold of the phone calls when she was in jail, and her saying, why me, why did this happen to me? It just sounds really bad. Yeah, people are going to roll their eyes at that. We respectfully urge the court to focus on the pertinent factors set forth below, determining the appropriateness of the bond in this matter. The facts about Jamie Lee. Circumstances surrounding these charges are heartbreaking, deeply upsetting, and understandably have evoked emotional outcries for justice. The loss of life is nothing short of a tragedy. Ms. Komoroski is cognizant of the utter devastation that engulfs this matter. Is she? Is she really? These palpable emotions and factors warranting release on bond are not mutually exclusive, however. In other words, the tragedy surrounding these allegations does not automatically make Jamie Lee Komoroski a flight risk or a danger to her community going forward. Importantly, Jamie Lee Komoroski has never been convicted of any crime, has never been accused of perpetrating violence against anyone, has never been disciplined for even a school-related behavioral infraction, and has led a law-abiding life throughout her 25 years. The state has not alleged, and indeed cannot allege, that Jamie ever engaged in violent behavior in this past. To the contrary, Jamie's past has been marked by consistent and uninterrupted history of non-violent and good behavior. The daughter of Charles Komoroski, a project manager for a family-owned glass company based in Union County, New Jersey. Oh, I wonder if this affects his company. And Tracy Komoroski, a paraprofessional for elementary school in Ocean County, New Jersey. Jamie grew up in New Jersey as a middle child between her brother, now 24 years old, and her sister, 30. Jamie has a tight-knit bond with her siblings and parents that they converse on a daily basis, even since Jamie has been incarcerated in this matter. Jamie graduated high school in New Jersey from North Hunterdon High School, where she took honors classes, had a 4-year lacrosse player, balanced her studies and sports, and with employment as a waitress at a local diner. It was working at the diner that convinced Jamie to seek future employment in the restaurant and service industry. She was told that she had a vibrant and positive personality that seemed well suited to the industry. Following high school, Jamie left New Jersey for a warm climate of South Carolina, graduating from Coastal University in 2020, where she achieved the Dean's List as a marketing major. Jamie simultaneously obtained a minor in hotel resort tourism management, which provides avenues in the restaurant and service industry upon her graduation. After graduating from Coastal Carolina, Jamie held several positions in the restaurant industry, trying like many other young college graduates to achieve employment stability and grow roots in the Charleston area, where she has made her home for the last 6 years. Even in her early years growing up in New Jersey, Jamie constantly earned her unmitigated trust of adult family friends, and who turned Jamie to babysit their children. Babysitting would become a second passion for Jamie throughout high school, college, and even graduation. In high school, Jamie worked at the daycare for children in Lebanon, New Jersey, and was responsible for caring for children as young as 2.5 and 4 years old, departing that job to attend college. As recently as this past year, moreover, families in the Charleston area have turned to Jamie to babysit their young children. Given the nature of her burgeoning career in the restaurant industry, Jamie was able to continue babysitting local children whose families placed their trust in Jamie. Also described animal lover, Jamie became the go-to for friends and family to pet sit when they were at work or on vacation. Commitment to intense rehabilitation program immediately upon release. I don't have the call, but Dr. Todd Grun was talking about how they mentioned that she might have to do like a 6 weeks rehab program, and she kind of like rolled her eyes. Was like, okay, if I have to do it or something. I don't know. He mentioned something like that. I didn't see that on any of the calls. Might have been on a different call that he had access to. I wish he just posted like snippets of the call when he does his like YouTube videos. Jamie has struggled with alcohol dependency, depression, and anxiety. So they're gonna go this route. So I wonder if, let's say if the family knew that she had issues with alcohol, I wonder if the family has ever tried to check her into like a rehab or anything like that, or get her like any sort of like help or like AA. Since her college years, Jamie had turned to alcohol to cope with loneliness, stress, and often crippling levels of anxiety, which was then untreated. In recent months, Jamie's anxiety has increased exponentially. In the last year, Jamie has sought treatment from medical professionals, in the Charleston area for severe anxiety and depression, Jamie now suffers from facial tics brought on by mounting and unabated anxiety. Importantly, Jamie, with the support of her family, is committed to prepare to engage in intense inpatient substance abuse and mental health rehabilitation immediately upon her release. Jamie's family has identified several inpatient treatment facilities offering intense rehab services both in South Carolina and in New Jersey. Oh, I wonder if it's going to be the same one that Murdoch went to. Should the court grant the instant motion for release, Jamie's family will secure a bed for Jamie in the geographic location for court's preference. Thus, if the court is inclined to release Jamie, she will be transferred directly to a treatment facility to begin her intense rehab, which is not available to her in the incarceration setting. The intense level of inpatient rehab is consistent with the rehab goals of the criminal justice system and will help undergird any determination by the court that Jamie poses no risk or danger to the community. Upon her release from the rehab facility, Jamie's family is immediately prepared to offer for the court's consideration a stable and nurturing environment, as more fully discussed below. Stability upon release. Jamie's family and siblings surround her with much needed love and support and remain steadfast in their commitment to provide a stable environment for her should Your Honor choose to grant this motion for her release. As mentioned, Jamie's mother, Tracy, is a paraprofessional working in elementary school with special needs children in New Jersey. As such, Tracy's work hours, while full-time, are those of an educator, enabling her to be home every day by mid-afternoon during summers and on weekends. She currently lives in Ocean County, New Jersey, with her son and Jamie's brother. For his part, Jamie's brother, now 24, has volunteered to assist his mother in supervising Jamie should she be released and can offer additional support to his sisters throughout the day. His father, Charlie, while divorced from Tracy, maintains an amicable, close relationship with his ex-wife, remains very close to his 3 children, is constant and reliable presence in their lives. If Your Honor chooses to release Jamie, it is requested that she be permitted to live with her mother and her brother in New Jersey. Is that a thing where if you were arrested in South Carolina, that you could go and live with your family all the way up in New Jersey? Really? Could that be a thing? They're saying she's not a danger to the community. She's not at flight risk. Okay, that's all that we need to know. I was just curious about her background story. That's about it. Okay, so this was her bond hearing that happened a couple of days ago. We're almost at the end, guys. I think this is literally the last thing we're going to go over. I am going to forward it a little bit, though.
I'm Sam's mom. I've known Sam longer than anybody in this courtroom. And yes, the defendant was...
This is her mom. I feel so sad for her. That I'll watch on Twitch. Blackjack. Yeah, I'll watch it on Twitch.
Made a conscious decision to get into her vehicle after drinking all day.
Yep.
And take away my daughter. So I do believe she's a danger to the community because I wouldn't want anybody else to go through this. It's torn apart our family. Other families, it's like, you didn't, I'm sorry, she didn't just kill my daughter. She killed all of us.
So the important thing about this is that the mom mentions that I guess there's been a rift between the families because of this. I'm not really quite sure how, and she doesn't go into the details. But I remember hearing, remember Lori Vallow at her sentencing? It was... one of the family members. Oh, it was Tammy Daybell's family. One of the family members went up there. I think it was her sister. Was talking about how this not only destroyed their family's lives, but like it caused like major rifts between the family members because Tammy Daybell's own children that she had with Chad, they have like no relationship with them because the children believe their dad. They're supporting the dad right now, even though there's like some strong evidence that the dad was probably involved with the murder of his own wife. And the children didn't even come to their grandmother's funeral, and that like broke their hearts. So like, yeah, I don't know. That's like, it's like the ripple effect that this has. Like, yeah, like, you know, Samantha Miller lost her life, but it's also like there's a huge ripple effect of how this affects like the victims' families and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's like super sad.
Somebody asked me the other day how I'm feeling. It's a funny question, right? Ask any mother how they're feeling when their daughter gets killed suddenly. And I did I do know that she's had prior court dates that she did not show up, and therefore a risk for flight is definitely in place.
Wait, she had prior court dates that she didn't show up to?
So I would recommend that she stay where she's at until the trial. I just want to talk about one other thing, and I know that's not what it's about, but I just want to give you all the picture of 428 at 10 o'clock when we're notified of the accident. And get out of the car, like Mandy said, running down the streets, nothing but sirens. And we were told that everybody got taken to the hospital. And then we go over there and stand there for 3 or 4 hours till almost 3 in the morning. And then my husband calls.
Yeah, that's such a worst feeling. Like running down the street to see if, like, you know, if your kid is okay, her husband. You get there and they've already been transported to the hospital. And then you're at the hospital for like a couple hours and you don't hear anything. Like, oh, dude, that's so sad.
And said, Sam's still here. She's still on the street because she got killed. If you haven't experienced that moment, I wish on nobody.
Oh, you know, I actually missed it the first time. I think it's because I was listening on my iPad, but she said that she was at the hospital for a couple hours. And then she gets a call from her husband. And the husband's like, oh, Sam is still here. She's still out on the street because she was killed. So, I don't know. Oh, that's so sad.
All I can say is one person is responsible for tearing our lives apart. And a community, our community of Charlotte, where she's from, is torn apart. So, thank you for your time.
I would give anything to hug my daughter again. Anything. They're gonna, if I should ever bond, they can probably afford it. And they're gonna get to hug her and hold their daughter. I just wish and pray that we all do the right thing because the wrong thing was done. If I had done this and said I got out on bond, then that's to revoke the passport. I assume that's one thing, because if not, if it was me, I'd be going. Your Honor, I just pray and hope that you can see our side of the family. We're torn. We're torn apart. We're never going to get a hug her again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now we all.
It's weird not seeing her talk about their existence or acknowledge them on the her that she calls them. Yeah, because I think that first call that I listened to, the 17 minutes one, I think that was like the first Jailhouse call that she made. Yeah, I don't know. That's just like so weird because you would just, I don't know, if you like killed someone, that's a lot. That would take a huge toll on you. You would think someone would be like, oh my God, I can't believe I killed someone. Like, I ruined their lives. Like, I can't believe I did this. Like, I was so fucking stupid. Like, we didn't hear any of that. It was just like, why me? Why me? I'm such a good person. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Also heard from Miller's siblings at the hearing. Here's some of what they had to say.
I think that the defendant is clear danger to the community. I mean, it's hard for me to say or believe that she made those kind of reckless decisions just because of alcohol. I think that driving over 60 miles per hour on narrow, pitch black, pedestrian village streets in Folly, I mean, it's beyond reckless. It almost feels like intention to hurt somebody. I don't think that she can be trusted to be responsible to show up to court or to not hurt anyone else or to, not drink. I think she should be held without bond. And I think if she gets out, she will hurt somebody else. Just don't think that she can be trusted not to with what she's already shown.
I spoke at the first bond hearing 12 hours after the defendant killed my sister.
Oh, it's your sister.
And it's just as hard to stand here today, only 3 months later, perpetrator, and the defendant is a danger to the community, to society, because that could have been my daughter. And now they don't get their Auntie Sammy. And I have to explain to them every day.
Oh, I think that's her in the background. I was like, who the fuck is that ring girl in the background? I think that's Jamie Lee Komoroski in the background. I think that she's like on video conference or something.
When the sirens go off,
fucking Samara.
and I think about that time running down the street, screaming my sister's name, because it was a conscious decision to drink. It was a conscious decision to get behind the wheel. And as my brother mentioned,
I'm sorry, y'all can't
going
see that.
65 in a 25 before drinking is a decision.
All right, we want to welcome our guest still with us this hour, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. And Nima, I personally think not allowing her out on bond was the right decision, because the problem with the DUI, I think the sibling said it best, the brother, hey, she could do it.
Komoroski also spoke out at today's hearing. Now, they promised to take responsibility for Jamie if she were to be released and to get her some help.
Oh, I think this is going to be her dad, I guess? That's her dad.
Komoroski is my daughter. Of course, I would like to offer my police officer.
Sorry, the audio is really bad. I need like 2 earbuds in this.
With the touches of family must be going through, I couldn't even comprehend what that pain must be. And I'm truly sorry for that. Jamie and I were very close. She was a loving young woman with a big heart. And I know that she will not be an issue if she is released on bond. I would support any and all circumstances that you would place on her. She is actually been in a transformational portion of her life right now. She is becoming very thoughtful, helpful, loving, and understands that her circumstances may be able to help other people with her addiction problems.
And I also want to express my deepest sympathy and sorrow to the family of the Hudsons and the Millers. I'm devastated, and I can't find perhaps the exact words to express my sympathy and sorrow for them. I just want you to know that if you find that Jamie to be bonded, I will take full responsibility and commit myself and dedicate myself to making sure that she will be following all the rules put upon her. And I know that she will not break any rule. And I just want you to know that I will be there and offering my dedication, commitment to help Jamie with her sobriety, to get her to AA meetings, and anything else that she needs to be doing.
I love my sister more than anything in the world. Her heart has no limits. No matter what happened that day, she'd open her arms for a hug. And she'd always be by my side no matter what. And I'm willing to commit myself to making my mission every day to be by her side, to help her through her path of recovery.
My sister Jamie, my family here, we're very closely bonded. I promise we will do everything in our power to help you feel the most comfortable in making the decision today. I have faith that you will do, what is right, and we're here to support that no matter.
I wish we could listen to the entire thing, but I don't know. I tried searching for it earlier. I couldn't find it. I saw that Court TV was the only one that had this, like the live footages.
What? Jamie is a kind, loving person who just needs some help.
Well, on YouTube, at least.
All right, still with us, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. Nima, what we're hearing here reminds us that a crime like this, or a situation like this, it devastates both families.
Oh, here are the wedding photos.
Know what that is, but for lay people, that's sort of the example is you're shooting into a building. You don't know if someone's going to be there or not. What you're dealing with a DUI manslaughter case is recklessness. It's criminal recklessness. It's someone that should be held responsible, but you don't have that intent under the law. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find someone that's going to say, hey, I'm going to do alcohol or drugs. I'm going to get in a car and I'm going to intend to kill someone, or I don't care if someone dies. It's really that criminal recklessness, and that's why it's a significantly less sentence when you're dealing with involuntary manslaughter. And let's be honest, there's even voluntary manslaughter, which is less than murder, and that's when, the example is you walk in on a loved one and, having an affair with someone else, and you just basically in that.
Let's see. I think her mom talks. Where's the part where the judge says that he denies bond? Do we not get to listen to that? Maybe not.
From the victim's mother in the case and the message she had after the judge's ruling today. Stay with us. You're watching Court TV.
Out along with other family members after the judge's ruling. So let's listen now to their emotional reaction.
If she's been incarcerated for 3 months, she's probably very clean now. And they do have addiction programs in the jails. So she can access that if that's really what she wants. And I don't think that 3 months spending time in jail, 3 months is nothing. I mean, it seems like yesterday for us. And like I was saying in there, we are tore up. I mean, our family is tore up. Eric's family is tore up. Our families are in disaccord. Is that the word? Yeah. Like we're not together on one page anymore. It's just made such.
Oh, I wonder why. That's so sad to hear.
Created such havoc in everybody's life, and why should she get out and just go about her merry way? And I definitely don't think she should go to Jersey or anywhere around here. I think she should stay in the community where it happened.
Yep.
And feel it like I do every time I come down here. I was here last week. Every golf cart I see. I went over to the marina, and I turned around, and there was the
wedding venue.
The wedding venue. And on the way home in the car, I just all of a sudden broke down and had this major anxiety attack. I didn't know why, because I see those things and I don't say anything, and it's hurtful. And she should have to see them too. That girl rocked this world, okay? She was nothing but, here I go, love and care. And she literally was like born an angel. She did nothing but want to make people feel good. She couldn't stand when she thought anybody, even a stranger, felt bad, felt sad. It was her job to make them feel better. She's at Bojangles giving the homeless guy biscuits when she's like 7 years old. That's just who she was. And I want people to know that she was a bride for 3 hours or 4 hours, however the amount was, but she has 34 years of who Sam was. And Sam was an awesome, free spirit, beautiful person inside, and that's what I want people to talk about.
This was a little more difficult with having people around me that I love, even though that sounds like it would be supportive. But knowing how much this has affected our entire family, standing up there and just talking about Sam and what this has done.
Were you pleased with the judge's decision of?
I am so happy I could run and scream, and I'm crying happy tears. I'm very happy. I'm happy because I feel like it's been 3 months and the time hasn't been served, and she is a risk of flight, and she is a danger to society, and the judge felt that.
And we're also working on planning a service for her in the near future. We kind of wanted to get through, celebration of her life. We're wanting to get through this step for sure, and then maybe have a little bit of time to breathe and be in the right frame of mind to plan that celebration for Sam.
Heartbroken for the family. I
trying to find a footage of maybe the judge denying her bond, but I don't see it. Oh no, we get into Aiden Fucci territory. Let me scroll back up. Oh Lord. Dude, yeah, I feel so bad for the mom. Like the moment she was talking about how like seeing other golf carts at the wedding venue and how like I don't know. I totally feel for her. Did I piss you guys off with all the stuff that I'm covering right now? I don't know. I said at the beginning of the stream, I was like, you guys are going to get pissed off, man. I was pissed off when I listened to this initially. When I listened to when I watched the Dr. Todd Grahn video, I was like, yo, what the hell? And I was going to cover it, but we had like a bunch of other things that were happening at the same time. So what I find interesting, people can be affected by alcohol quite differently. Some get funny, aggressive, mean. I find it fascinating. Yeah, I think it just depends on like, I don't know. Like a lot of people that I drank with in the East Coast were like angry drunks. And then by the time I came here and hung out with my West Coast friends, I'm not saying it's the East Coast, West Coast thing. I think it's completely different. Like, but like my friends here on the West Coast were like happy drunks. Like they can get shit wasted drunk, but they're just like happy, fun. And like, those are the people I want to be around with. I don't know. Fuck the angry drunks. Fuck the violent drunks. Fuck the crying drunks. Like, I don't know, man. I just want to be around people who are just like happy and stuff. I usually don't like being around drunk people though, because they're annoying as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. It was such like an eye-opening thing where I was like, wow, people can be like drunk and like not fucking violent and like crazy and like, wow, that's like an eye-opener. Like I remember like drinking with my friends, like some of them back home, like it was like a normal thing for everyone to just get into like get into like a piss like fucking shouting matches with everyone, shouting matches and like just crazy shit like that. And then the next day you act like nothing happened. But yeah, those were fucking horrible, dude. Fucking horrible. Taxi, thank you so much for the 249. Tequila is evil. There is this one tequila though that's actually really good. It's the one that's like in the fancy like bell bottle. I don't know. I had that a year ago and it tastes, I mean, this is probably the dangerous part, but it doesn't taste like tequila at all. It just like doesn't taste like you're drinking anything. Yeah, I don't know. I have like a lot of mixed feelings with alcohol. It's like I like the taste of alcohol and I wish I could enjoy alcohol, but because like my history with alcohol has just been like so much like turmoil, mostly because of like the family shit and then like how that affected me as I turned to like a teenager and then like in my early 20s and stuff like that. Like I don't know, alcohol has like a huge like dark cloud like over me. But like now today it's like I like just drinking like beer here and there with some Korean barbecue or like just having like, I don't know. I like beers. Beers are good, but I don't know. Sometimes like I can't enjoy it fully because of all like the shit that I like think of like with all the past stuff. I don't know. But yeah, especially like dealing with like alcoholics or it's like, I don't know. Alcoholics are so fucking annoying to deal with. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's like really expensive, I think, but you can get it from Costco for like $100 or something like that. I've only been really annoying drunks in public transit. My friends don't really drink, so I'm like never around it. Yeah, I started drinking at like a really young age, like I think when I was like 14 or something. I would highly recommend, you know, any young people out there, don't do drugs, don't drink until you're like mid-20s, man. I don't know, early mid-20s maybe. Don't let it fuck your brain development and stuff like that. Because that shit really fucks with you. Yeah, I get that, man. Being like around drugs is traumatizing. Yeah, I don't know. And then like, I just don't like I don't know. It's like when people are drunk, all of a sudden it's like, their behavior just becomes like, I don't know, like excusable. It's like, oh, sorry, I was just drunk. Like I was just drunk. It's like, no, fuck that. Like you should still be responsible with how you are when you're drunk. Or just don't get that fucking drunk. If you're a piece of shit when you're drunk, don't drink that much then. Like control your fucking alcohol intake. I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. The alcohol topic thing, like, it's like, it's so annoying. I would enjoy some beer, Bloody Marys, and occasional gin and tonic. Yeah, it's like I want to enjoy drinking here and there, but it's always like I feel like I have this like huge baggage over me where it's like I can't just really enjoy it without feeling like guilty or something. I don't know. Alcoholism addiction makes people into a completely different person. Yeah, I don't know.